What is up, you guys? It is your girl, Allie or ALLIIEBUG. I thought I would include this really silly clip in the beginning of this video because I thought this was so funny. So, AFK Journey is a pretty awesome game. Again, this is just a funny clip I included in the beginning just because it does bug out, like all games do. As you can see, this game is gorgeous. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Love the story. You fall in love easily with the characters. Very easy to pick a favorite that you like. And there's plenty to do. I mean, there's all types of things. First off, let's start by acknowledging the fact that the game is free. Anyone can play. PC is preferred, but you can play this, I believe, on your phone. I don't believe it's on console. I'm not sure. You can fact check me on that, but I believe it's like, you can play on your tablet, your phone, or PC. But yeah, AFK Journey is something that I got into a long time ago because of a sponsorship to Stream Elements. Is how I discovered it. And plenty of my other friends have actually played AFK Arena and were telling me about this game. So very quickly, I fell in love with it and started playing. And I wanted to just kind of throw together a video overall, just explaining, my experience with recently coming back to the game. Because this is a game that I only played for the sponsorship, and then I started missing it out of nowhere, and I decided I wanted to make content for it. I've had a couple of even new chatters come and ask me questions, watching me play, people wanting to play, by my side and level up together, and I think that's really fun too. You can't necessarily play side by side with people in game. It's not like co-op or anything. It's co-op in the sense that there are some creatures as you move through the world, in this mythical world. You will fight bosses and stuff, but there are some creatures that require, I think they're called corrosive or corruptive creatures or something like that, and you can send out a request for your guild members or your friends to come and help you. Sometimes even randoms can come help you too. But I just included some clips here. You'll see me going through the storyline and kind of moving through the lore. Sometimes I'll go off and do an AFK. Now, I believe you've got to be a certain level before you can do AFK battles in the background, but it is very helpful to do. At the bottom left, you'll see it says auto progress. So I have it auto progressing as I'm moving through the main storyline. So you see me running through this world. That's me moving through their main storyline, through the lore, through the talking and all that stuff. You want to make sure that if you see some enemies that are easily fightable, they're going to have a different pop-up, right? So some enemies are going to have an orange sword pop-up, which means you can literally click it and they'll destroy them because you're just too powerful for those enemies. Whereas there's some other enemies that you may need to get in there and do a whole formation to fight them. Now, I really enjoyed this most recent patch that came out. They put a lot of work into this update. I love the fact that it was snowing in most of the areas and it was very winter related. A bunch of my friends came back with me too, and we started grinding some of the guild stuff, and the Dream Realm is one of my favorite. But I want to break down just kind of everything to expect in this game. So you can come in here and play a bunch of different game modes. We've got the tower one where you just kind of move through different floors, and you can actually auto progress that as well. I'm a 420 friendly streamer, so if I do say so myself, it is a very good game to AFK for. If you're just wanting to sit back and chill and chat with your people, in chat, it is really good for that. You can just set it at auto progression in the background, right? Get your rewards from that so you can level up your characters. Each character has a different level that you can level them up, and it's the resonance level. You have your overall resonance, and then you've got, as you get in the higher levels, because the tiers do change. I noticed they changed the entire leveling system in the midst of me coming back to the game. I'm not sure if that's just because of this current patch, if it's going to go back to normal, or if that's just a permanent change. But as of right now, the resonance thing did recently change for me, and it threw me off a lot because I thought I knew everything I needed to know about the game, and then it changed. But in a good way though. Bonnie is a newer character that I picked up. You've got, I believe, 2 new factions now. They're called the Undead or something like that. And actually no, there's is it 2 or 3? I think it's 2. The Undead and the Lightbearers, I believe, or something like that. I'll have to go ahead and pull it up just to double check. A lot of the footage in this video is from the season prior to the update. So I haven't been able to transfer a lot of the clips that I have from the gameplay that I have been doing on AFK. but I will be making a part 2 to this video, kind of explaining everything, because there's a lot. They changed a lot. I want to break down. There were a few people that had asked me that used to play, a couple of my friends used to play this, and when they saw me, they were watching me on my stream play it again, they noticed so much has changed. So I can make a video breaking down what exactly has changed. For starters, we've got new artifacts, which have different priority, like each one has its use for the different game modes, right? Different ones, they're all strong in their own way, but have a designated usage to them. Then we have the weapon enhancements as well as the magic charms. So I can do a video on each of those if you'd like. Be sure to comment below if that's something you want to see. But yeah, I was confusing it earlier on in the video. There's not a new faction per se, but just new heroes to add to the faction that we already have, which is the Graveborn. What's interesting is that Valka used to be human but was transformed. If you're a Paladins fan, then you would understand transformed as like a Ceres or a Vora character, right? It's the same kind of thing. Now, I think Cryosania, she's from the Arctic Revenant, which is a new faction. So that was something that I was confusing. So basically, this video was just kind of like to, if you are a returning player, it's really kind of geared towards either new or returning players. If you were wondering, which I actually got a new viewer out of nowhere the other day, and he was like, I think he came in from a raid, and he was saying to me like, oh, it's nice to see that AFK journey is still kicking. So I think that it does have the potential to not only continue to grow and be a great game, but also bring back old players. The way that they're switching up the want to play different game modes and really customize your experience when it comes to combat and strategizing with your heroes and and thinking about your buffs when it comes to faction bonuses or lore based faction bonuses. I love that they're putting more effort into that. I don't know if that's something they always have done, because I am relatively newer to this game. I've only been playing it for maybe like 8 months, but coming from the very beginning, as far as like starting from, I think back in, I want to say like March of last year was like the first time I ever touched this game. Like, I gotta say, like, it's changed a lot, and I think that the game is learning to adapt to what other games are doing as well, especially games that are similar to this one. It really sets itself apart. It's not just a gacha game. It's not just an RPG game. I mean, there's tons to do on here, and I love that. And I really think that if this is not a game you've played yet, it's definitely worth a try, whether it's to pass time or if you're a content creator or streamer like myself. I highly recommend it, because not only is it one of my favorite games to play, especially in the morning if I don't want to play a shooter right away, but like if I just want to stream and lay back and chill and talk to chat, but play a game that's going to keep me calm and vibe for a while, this is definitely my go-to. It takes me about 3 to 4 hours before I really run out of stuff to do on here, which is really good. But yeah, let me know what you think, and if you're excited to learn more about the faction talents, the magic charms, all the stuff I mentioned earlier. What do you want me to cover next? Who is your favorite hero and why? And are you excited about all of the changes recently? Do you like the current patch? I honestly really love what they did with the recent winter patch. I think the storyline was great. All the little mini games were so fun to do, and you really get to kind of build a relationship with all the characters in the game. I really do enjoy it. Also, not to mention, the skins are on fire and I'm loving it.